I would like to invite on stage Mr. Arun Prakash. And to join him, we have Mr. Apoorv Johari.
Hi all. So let me set up parallel. Tell about myself. So I'm an engineer who was forced to take engineering by my dad, suggested by some uncle. Then I became an engineer. I started my company. I worked in companies like PayPal and other things, and I started my company. So I was more of a tech person. So after going into tech, I started loving it. But again, there is a place where I have to shift from CTO to CEO role due to internal things. So one of the things which recently I'm going through is last 2 years. So when I'm away from the tech, so I feel like I'm lost, okay? Especially when you're a leader, when somebody talks about tech, and if you don't know how to answer, that's where, you can't go and say that I don't know. At the same time, you have to hide yourself with some English words and cover it up. So that is what I was feeling. Then I started sitting with my dev team every 4 hours in a week, and then I started getting the things into it. But when I spoke to my leadership team, okay, almost all the members have the same feeling, okay. So that is where I thought, okay, so I should start teach tech, especially in this GenAI world, to my leaders. So I started doing a session within the team for the past 2-3 weeks, and when they start understanding the generative AI, they started using it in a lot of applications, okay. So a lot of interesting use cases, which I didn't think about it. So some of the things I'll show a couple of things to you as a demo, because it is easy for me to show a demo than talk, okay. So the idea is 2 parts of it today. I'll show a demo, give a little bit glimpse on what is generative AI. I'll make sure that at the end of the day, you all understand generative AI, okay, in the first 10 minutes. And we'll also sell our product a little bit in the end, okay. So those 3 things we'll do it. So I'll start with a demo, okay. The projector, yeah, that is done. So you're able to see this, right? So typically, if you go to any shopping, this is an example for generative AI, how it can transform it. So everybody says that it can save your time and other things, right? So this is one good example how it can transform the world. First is, if you go and search any sites, Myntra or anybody, wherever it is, or even the food sites, Zomato and other things, we have something called metadata. Whatever you search it goes search for it, and it picks the images associated with it and shows to it. It could be image or it could be a product, okay. So here I have a metadata of the shirt and the details. Like here, if you see that, it is a regular fit, it is a 3x4 printed shirt, all those things, okay. But if you look at it, it is not a 3x4 shirt, it is a full sleeve shirt, okay, and it is not a printed shirt, it's a solid shirt, okay. So typically, Amazon has millions of products like that, and they have an army of people who are sitting at different tier 2 locations, whose job is to do this boring, irritating job, okay. So if you have a fight with your wife, you will come and enter the wrong data. If you have a fight with your girlfriend, you enter wrong data, and you search for curd rice, it will come up with biryani on the top, okay. So this is the common thing. Here we use generative AI. This is the inbuilt application which we did. So where it takes this data and then it runs against the images. These images are trained, and we have given the information internally to the model. Hopefully the model works. So it takes 15 seconds, okay. So let it run. This is one use case where it will check the data against the image and tell what is right, what is wrong. And this can save hours of time for all of us. This is one monotonous activity which can be done. Hopefully, demo god is not helping me, okay. So there is one more demo which at least I'll show, okay. Probably you should talk about this one, then
I'll talk about the use case here. So we are talking to a Tata Group company, and this company is made up of a lot of business units. This company participates in a number of RFPs, and as part of the RFP solution, they have to put in certain profiles of the people who are going to work on this project. So typically, the BU head reaches out to the HR team, they get the resumes of people, and then the BU team takes anywhere between 5 days to 25 days to go through these resumes, understand whether these people are the right fit for the solution, and then put them on the, as part of the RFP solution. So what we thought was that, this 5 to 25 days timeline is too big. And what we thought, we came up with a solution, and you want to?
Yeah, I'll show the demo.
Yeah.
So this is like this is a simple demo where it takes the JD, or it could be your requirement. You put it over here in the text format, and then you go and upload your resumes. Like it could be single resume or it could be multiple resume. Okay, and ask it to find the matching resumes. Right now I'm using only one. Okay, let it do at the back. I'll show the demo, this one. So this one, if you look at it, so it says that the sleeves are wrong. It is not 3/4, it's a long sleeve, it's said, and it is not a printed shirt, it's a solid shirt. Okay, so these kind of things, this is one good example for generative AI. It is not, you might have seen ChatGPT all over the world or DeepSeeks. This is another real use case which can be done. Okay. And the second use case is, I have a couple of other use cases. This is with respect to you. Probably you should. Yeah. So here, go ahead.
Yeah. So here, you can see that when the resume was uploaded against the required job description, the tool simply quickly showcased that this is just a 22% match against the requirements. And it also showcases where the gaps are. So now, after using this tool, the BU team can very quickly identify who are the right people and who are the people who probably need to be upskilled. So this output is also an input to the HR saying, okay, these people are saying that they are AI or tech experts or full stack developers on paper, whereas the things that they've mentioned on their resumes, the projects they've mentioned, probably do not match with what your customers are asking.
Okay. So those are the demos. So now I'll go for the theory stuff. Okay. So let's talk about, so to give a brief about GUVI. GUVI is when I was in PayPal, I started this YouTube channel, and one of the professors from IIT Madras saw that, why can't you start a company? I thought I'll do an NGO, but he said, convert into a company, it will be useful. So then we got incubated in IIT Madras. Then IIM Ahmedabad invested in us. Right now we are part of HCL group as well. They have been take a majority stake. We are part of HCL thing. So far we have done around 3 million learners who has learned in our platform. One of the important part is we don't teach only in English. Okay, we teach in English. We also teach in Tanglish, English, and other languages. Okay, so we teach the way how you learn in the last day before semester from your friend and crack the semester. So that is a simple idea which we took, and then we converted into a company. Okay, so we partner with IIT, IIT Delhi, Kanpur, all the IITs. Almost 6-7 IITs we partner with. Okay, and we hold a Guinness World Record. So when I said people want to learn things in vernacular, nobody believed. So I have to do a Guinness World Record to prove that it is needed. Okay, then we did a second Guinness World Record to say that women like generative AI, and we taught women and generative AI. And then they did a Guinness World Record, not we. Okay, so kudos to all the women over here. Okay, so let's get into this one. So generative AI, how I would define is, it is like the fire to the caveman. The previous speaker was talking about the book, right? I forgot. What is the book? I always forget.
The
Nexus. His first book was Sapiens. Okay, in that he talks about fire. Okay. So before inventing fire, so there are 3 jobs which used to do it. One is we hunt, we eat, we sleep. These are 3 primary jobs for us. So we hunt for hours, we eat for 8 hours minimum, and then we sleep in the rest of the time. This is how it used to be, because we are fully occupied. We didn't have anything else to survive. Okay. Then someday somebody figured out fire, and we learned how to barbecue, we know how to cook. So suddenly 8 hours became 20 minutes. Okay, when it became 20 minutes, we didn't know what to do with it. So then in the book he says that we started communicating with the girlfriends next to us. We started drawing the art. All the things, culture, all the things started evolving. That is how it is. The fire gave the time back to us, and we were able to do better. The same way, generative AI can give your time back to you so that you don't need to work for 80 hours or 120 hours like people say. So you can do a 4-hour week and then have fun. Okay? So get the things done, get paid, and then go back to your family time. Okay? So that's why I compare fire and generative AI together. And you like it or not, it is going to be the base, like how electricity is there for everywhere. So it is not today. I mean, as Elon or Steve, Sam Altman hypes, it is not going to be tomorrow. Okay, it will take minimum 3 years. But when it becomes 3 years, you can't run away from it. So it is going to be the fundamental thing in all the use cases. So like whatever demos I showed, it will be there everywhere. Okay, this will be a normal thing. So you never think about electricity, right? Until unless it goes off. Okay, it will be like that. Okay, and some of the skills which is needed for us, these are some of the skills which generally are needed. So I'll skip all those things. This is for the team members. So I'll go with the things which I will be relevant for here. So typically there is something called Dunning-Kruger effect. Okay, when any technology comes in, it is hyped to so much, it goes to the peak, like whatever technology it is. Then all of a sudden the previous generation says that I know that this will not survive, this will go down. So it is a tenor fade. So we said it for web, we said it for meta, we said it metaverse, I say meta. Okay, we are centering, there are some people who are talking about generative AI as well. So yeah, it is there, it will not be solve any problem. Okay, but like web, how it transformed, this will also transform. I'm sure about it, because being a technical person, I understand the internals, that's why I'm strongly saying, not from a business perspective. So it will go on, probably after 3 years, it will reach the goal. Till that, it will be like, so it has gone from here, so it is going down here, it will go down to this level, probably in a year, then it will come back. Okay, so that is the state it is. Okay, so now the question is, like, as a leader, one of the questions is, where should I use AI? Where can I use AI? Generative AI, when I say AI. Okay, so basic thing is, so it's a standard MBA matrix which you did in. So if it is a simple and repetitive task, don't use AI. It is waste of time. It is costly as well. Generative AI is not cheap. Remember that, it is costly. For the power and the CPU, GPU, all the stuff, it is costly. So if it is a repetitive talk, use a standard automation. That is more than enough. Use people if it is needed. That will help you. And if it is a more data-oriented task, this is where generative AI will come and help. Where I'll give a couple of examples. One of my friend, he is running a startup in Silicon Valley. So his job is to find a match between protein versus the medicines which comes in. So he helps the Pfizer's and other things. Okay, he has a team army of 200 researchers. They scan at least one person used to scan 50 to 60 papers in a day. So he has used generative AI there, where it will filter all the things and give the summary, and they'll go and use their time wisely. Okay, so this is one use case where this is there, where you have lot of data. It's not only text data. It could be, for example, there is another company where Bill Gates has invested. You can check it out. It's KBold, KBOLD. Yeah. It's a Silicon Valley company. It's a mining company. Mining company from Silicon Valley. It's $1 billion company within 6-7 months. So what it has done is, it has taken all the data, geographical data, it analyzed it, and it identified where you can go and drill down. And it identified a place in Zambia within 4 months. Typically, it takes 6 years. It did it in 6 months. Analyzing the data and gave the pattern. After getting the pattern, people went and did all the things. Okay, so these kind of speeding up things, it will be there. Okay, and if it is an individual development, don't use AI. Your AI is too stupid to understand people's small emotions. Okay, so it is like me. CTO cannot understand the CEO role. Okay, so strategizing and this now I am using it. If you want to strategize and take decision making past data, now I am using AI to do the strategizing information. That I do it. So coming back to the technical part. So whenever we talk about resume, right? Remember that. So when anybody talks about LLM, you remember the word tokens. Okay. The token is not same as a word. It is equivalent to word. Okay. For example, when you split the things, I'll show another one where it is. Yeah. So for us, unhappiness is a single word. For AI, it is not a single word. It is a 2 word. So approximately if you have 1,000 tokens, it will be equivalent to 700 English words. It could vary from language to language. I'm just putting a thing. So why I'm saying this is, when people charge using the AI model, they charge based on the number of tokens. So you should know, as a business person, you should know the relevance to it. How much, so if it is I can't go and dump every other content there and ask it to create it, because he's going to charge me based on the tokens. Okay, and those are the things which I want to show. Yeah, this is another book where I want all of us to read, because this talks about all the policies, privacy, data privacies and other things. This is a very good book. It's a little costly, but it's worth buying it. Okay, for every leader you should buy it. Somebody was asking about the data privacy. It has all the answers. EU has already figured it out. All we need to is go and understand it and adapt it to our things. So like that, this book is a good one. And those are the two things which I want to share it. Remember the tokens, remember the books, and generative AI demos. These three things will help you to understand generative AI in a better picture. Okay, over to you.
All right. Okay, I'll probably quickly do a double click on the approach that we typically use to work with enterprises and help them upskill and reskill their employees. So this is one of the approaches where the focus is on delivering content through an instructor. And this instructor is probably a professor from IIT or an industry expert who's maybe a founder or a co-founder of a company. So our focus is on ensuring that the instructors that deliver these sessions have the right type of reputation. The roles that you can see here, these can be tailored accordingly. Solution developers, sales managers, leadership. And as far as the curriculum is concerned, again, it's a combination of instructor-led hands-on assessment platforms, self-paced videos. The important thing that we feel that training is complete only when the learner is able to apply the skills that she or he has learned. And so we've come up with a set of platforms. Arun showed a couple of platforms where the learner defines, or rather the L&D head defines the problem statements there. The learners get a chance to practice and solve them through these platforms. The other thing that we are focusing on is to do refresher sessions, maybe after 6 months or so after the training is done. And these refresher sessions help to reinforce the concepts that the learners have learned during the training sessions. Last but not the least, since we have good connections with IIT and IIMs, we are able to bring professors who take half-a-day sessions to walk you through some of the very important case studies, use that occasion to do discussion with the learners and also share some more insights. So this is one of the, I'll quickly build this slide. Yeah. All right, so this is what we did for a Big Four consulting company. And the idea was that how can the company help its solution developers train in two important categories, where they wanted to know how many of my solution developers are good coders and how many of my solution developers are good deployers. So we came up with a pre-assessment test which was AI proctored. Based on the assessment results, the report told who are the people who are good at coding, who are the people who are good at deploying. And based on that, we created learning journeys, and these journeys again were delivered by a professor and an industry expert.
And this learning journey doesn't need to be always GUVI's thing. It could be from Udemy, it could be Coursera. We are open for it, integrate, take it, so that what is needed for you, we'll be able to do it.
All right. Again, I was talking about the AI proctored assessment. This assessment was made up of foundational concepts on generative AI, along with topics like algorithmic thinking, machine learning, and so on. Right. So from the perspective of L&D managers, L&D heads, HR heads, this is one very important information that came out, that at an organization level, I have these many people who are good coders, I have these many people who are good deployers, but also I have this set of people who are good at both. And so I may want to move them around depending on my requirements. So this was the approach for solution developers. We've come up with a learning journey for HR transformation, marketing, customer service, and even sales. So yeah, with this we end our session. All right, we have a booth. So if you have any questions, we'd be happy to discuss more there.
I have 4 or 5 more demos. If you want, reach out to me. I'll give it to you all separately. Thank you all.
Great.
All right,
Thank you so much, both of you.